Hey guys, Mr. Krabs ASMR here. Whoa, that's not supposed to fall all the way down there. How's it going, fellas? It's been a while. Not really. I've been uploading a lot lately, but it has been a moment. It has been a brief moment. I'm trying to find out where I can set this without completely doxing myself. All right, I had some a few topics I wanted to talk about today in this video as I make this perilous journey. You know, we got some driving we got to do. I figured, you know, I used to always record when I was driving around, you know, working around, working along, working on, working off, you know, doing all of that. It's you know, I used to upload a lot of videos and work really hard to entertain the masses. And you know, I had this idea in my head, you know, hey, I'm gonna be a famous YouTuber. People are gonna understand my sense of humor, they're gonna understand my comedy, and they're gonna run along with it, and I'm gonna get a bunch of views. And I still do believe in that, truly, in the center of my deepest, darkest center of my truest and most honest heart. I truly do think that I am going to be rich and famous and popular forever. Yeah, that's a realistic goal. I'm gonna get like 10,000 views on this video. You know, it's maybe after I commit some kind of atrocities, a video like this would get 10,000 views, but you know, it's a good time. It's a good time. We're having a good time. But yeah, I got a couple topics I want to talk about today, but we'll get to that. You know, I got to make sure that I don't crash as I drive my vehicle around. Need to make sure that I don't get pulled over or nothing either. And we need to try not to face dox or you know, any of that. But if it happens, it happens. You know. Yeah, if it happens, it happens. Whatever happens, happens, guys. Whatever happens, happens. Oh, brother. It's a bit gloomy out here today, but what can you do, you know? Gotta make the best with what you got. You gotta, when life gives you lemons, you gotta stop charging interest rates on central banking and loans and all that, because interest rates are, what was it, 36 times worse than or it's charging an interest rate is 36 times, or it's worse than cheating on your wife 36 times. That's what they say, you know. That's what the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said. And I'm inclined to believe it, because interest rates are pretty awful. But we're not here to talk economics, you know. We got a couple topics we want to touch on today. Oh man, I've been sick with this sinus infection for a while. Let me blow my nose. There was a little bit of an issue and the recording got stopped, but I'm going to try and merge the videos together because I had an alarm go off and that was supposed to tell me to leave for work, but guess what? You know, you know, we can put that back up there now and hope that it doesn't stop recording again. I'll feel like a real tool if the recording gets stopped once again. That would be unfortunate. But let me get over to the correct lane so that I'm not holding up traffic, and I'm also not putting myself at risk of getting pulled over. You know, I got a couple topics I want to touch on today, but first I just want to talk about, you know, speeding on the roadway. You know, if you leave, you see my alarm went off and it stopped the recording. That alarm was like, you know, my warning, like, hey, you better start getting to work or you're not going to make it in time. Well, guess what? I was already on the road when that alarm went off because I don't like being late to things. And if you don't want to be late to things, you don't have to speed on the road. You just have to leave a few minutes earlier. Is it really that difficult of a concept to understand? I don't think it is. But if people would not speed on the roadways, you know, if they would just you know, if you would just leave on time for things, then you wouldn't really have to worry about that. You wouldn't have to speed on the roadway. You wouldn't put yourself at risk of getting pulled over. And when you get pulled over, you're going to get a ticket, and it's going to cost you a lot of money. And then you're really going to wish that you just drove the speed limit and left on time to get to your destination, you know? And also, the roadways are set up so that if you drive the speed limit, you're supposed to avoid red lights. You're not going to get stopped at as many traffic lights if you just drive the speed limit. Meaning you're not going to lose all that much time. Now, sure, if you drive 10 over the speed limit everywhere you go, you're going to make it places a little bit faster. But you're going to increase the stress during your drives. You know, you're going to get more stressed out. It's like, oh, this guy's driving too slow. He's too slow. He needs to move. Why don't you just avoid that and drive the speed limit, you know? Not stress yourself out, not put that extra strain on your heart, you know? Because that's what happens when you expose yourself to stress unnecessarily. You are literally shortening your lifespan. So I would advise against that. But, you know, I'm just... You know, you don't got to take my advice. I'm just putting out my worldviews out into the void, and maybe a couple of you guys will listen. And maybe like one person that watches this video over the next 10 years will agree and start to drive a little bit slower and safer. But there's also literally no reason not to use your turn signals when you're driving. You know, you should always be using your turn signals, because do you really want that idiot behind you driving to run into you because you didn't turn signal and you didn't tell him, like, hey, I'm going to be turning in front of you. You know, I'm going to be moving into your lane and getting in front of you, so don't do anything insane. You know, if you just use your turn signals, you know, it's very, very simple. It's not hard to remember to use your turn signals. Really, it's not difficult to remember to use your turn signals. But, you know, people out there don't use their turn signals. They drive 10 over the speed limit, or they drive 5 below the speed limit. And, it creates a lot more of a dangerous environment on the road. And I almost got hit yesterday when I was driving to work, because someone just doesn't care about traffic laws and right of way. You know, if there's no turn arrow and you're trying to turn left and there's someone coming the other direction going forward, you wait for them to pass you and then you turn. You don't turn in front of them and almost cause a wreck. You know, that's really dumb. So really, you need to pay as much attention as humanly possible while you're driving. And I do not advise recording YouTube videos while you drive, because then you're not giving 100% of your focus to the road, and there's a chance that I could crash on video. That would probably make a pretty good video, but it would not make a very good life. You know, that would kind of throw a wrench in my plans, you know. And this guy behind me, I'm going 5 over the speed limit. It's 55 here, I'm going 60. And instead of using his turn signal, getting over to the left lane, passing me, and then getting back over to the right lane, instead, he's gonna get 1 foot away from my rear bumper and just ride my ass, because he's low IQ. That is low IQ behavior. This guy in front of me, like, I'm picking up, I'm gaining distance on him. So once I find out what this person behind me is trying to do, it looks like they're gonna try and pass me, but no, they got over to the left lane and now they're matching my speed. You know, I just don't understand. Like, is it really that difficult to drive properly? I didn't think it was that hard, but maybe we need to make it harder to get a driver's license, because there's a lot of bad drivers out there on the road, and they put my life in danger. They put my vehicle's condition in danger. They cause a lot of problems. But I'm getting way off topic. That's not even what I wanted to talk about on this video. You know, I'm not even getting to the topic of the video yet. We need to get to the topic of the video. Hold on, I gotta grab my, I didn't really eat enough for breakfast this morning, so I need to eat a banana here. So bear with me as I try to peel this banana. You know, another thing that you should never do while you're driving is take your hands off the steering wheel and eat food. You know, you should keep both hands on the steering wheel, and you should pay 100% attention to the road. But, you know, do as I say, not as I do. How about that? Man, I really like bananas. They're pretty good. I like to have a banana or two in the morning as part of my breakfast. It kind of just supplements it. Getting that natural sugar instead of drinking a bunch of soda pop and all kinds of added sugars and artificial sweeteners and all of this. I'd rather get my sugar naturally, you know. If I want a sweet drink, I'm going to put some protein powder and some milk, and if I really want, I can add a scoop of ice cream to it, really build up those calories, while also, you know, having a purpose with drinking something, you know, with good flavor. You know, find yourself some protein powder that doesn't taste bad. Even if it's not super high in protein, it might not be the most efficient thing, but it's better than drinking a Coca-Cola and getting, you know, you can get 200 calories from a Coca-Cola and get 0 protein and like 60 grams of sugar. Or you can make a protein shake, get like 50 grams of protein, you know, maybe a little bit of added sugar. Let's say it has 20 grams of sugar because it's one that actually tastes good. You know, that's still far better for you, and I personally think it tastes better. You know, if you cut down on your sugar intake, you will you will enjoy things that aren't as loaded up with sugar more. But you know, that's not the point of this video. Oh, you know, very delicious banana. Let's see if this is recording. There it is. Cool. All right. You know, we're somewhat, almost, sort of getting close to work. And I was gonna throw the banana peel out the window, but I'm trying to set a good example for you guys. I'm gonna pull the phone down for a moment because I don't want to leak the road signs that are about to be directly overhead, if I can help it. I am positive that I've doxed myself in my new location 0, as my buddy Rick Metz would say. I think he calls it, no, location 1. He calls it location 1, I think, is where he calls where he's staying, where he sleeps at night. So I'm gonna follow the same. You see, I'm doing you can see I'm going 60 miles an hour. The speed limit's 55, I mean. And that's about as fast as you should ever drive, is 5 over the speed limit. You know, last thing I need is to get pulled over and get a ticket. So I try to drive as safely as possible, and holding the phone up to my face and recording my speedometer probably isn't the best way to avoid getting pulled over. But you know, I'll throw it down here. You guys, well, you're gonna get bored if you don't have a visual. I'm gonna show you my my pink lemonade cup from work. You know, I was just telling you about how I don't drink all that much sugar, but then I got a pink lemonade from work. You can see the remnants of it down there. You know, got myself a pink lemonade. Oh man, the person in the car ahead of me is dancing and acting a fool. You think they're paying attention to the road? Look at them. Oh, hey, that's another thing I can't stand that people do. You're at a red light. So what you do when you're sitting at a red light is, after sitting there for 30 seconds, you need to let off your brake and move forward about 2 feet, and then start braking again. Because that makes a world of a difference on getting to your destination faster and making the roadway safer. You know, it's really high IQ stuff. Really intelligent. It's really, really good. You know, I recommend you do that. Anytime you stop at a red light, leave yourself some extra room to pull forward a couple feet after you've already stopped. That's a really good move. It's a really good move. And yeah, I still haven't got to the point of this video. This is a pretty bad video, isn't it, guys? Still haven't gotten to the point. Soon I can put the camera back on the roadway. I'll try to move it around a little bit so you guys don't get bored. You know, I used to make these car videos all the time, and they were horribly boring, I'm sure. Oh, but I reckon I could probably put it back up in the windshield now for you guys. Hopefully not dox myself too bad. Oh, but anyways, I might have to cut this video up into another part, because I'm about to have to, well, maybe I'll just save the topics I was going to get into for another video. I think that's what I'm going to do, because we're running out of time, and I've almost finished my transit to work, you know. And we didn't really touch on any of the topics I wanted to touch on, so yeah, I think the play will be we just save those topics for another video, and we just keep rambling in this video, you know. And if you guys haven't picked up on it yet, the whole concept of this video is saying that I have topics that I want to talk about and then not talking about them. Normally I don't tell you guys what the concept is, but for the 5% of my viewers that actually watch more than the first minute or two of my videos, you know, I figured I'd explain it to you guys a little bit. I figured I'd help you out a little bit, you know. But I'm sure the people who actually watch my videos, like, to the full extent, they probably already get the joke. So, you know, maybe if one of you guys wants to explain it to the guys who click off the video after a minute or two, go ahead and leave a comment and just kind of explain to them, like, hey guys, the joke of the video is that he has topics he wants to talk about and he never talks about them. Just leave, if someone comments that, I'll pin it. If you leave that comment just explaining the joke of this video, I will pin your comment, I will give it a heart, and the first person who does that, and if you ever comment first on my YouTube channel, I'm going to delete your comment. So don't comment first. Just try to be the first person to explain the joke. That is how you get a heart and a pin and recognition from the creator of the channel. But oh man, I gotta get going, fellas. So have a good one. If nobody has told you they love you today, you have those days. Mr. Krabs ASMR, I'm just kidding, guys. I love every single one of you that makes it to the end of my videos. Mr. Krabs ASMR out.